In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 steps on how to find brands that are actually willing to pay you $5,000 per month as a content creator instead of the one-off $100 UGC deals that, candidly, I think we're all pretty tired of at this point. If we haven't had the chance to meet, my name is Natalie Draw, and I'm a 23-year-old married multimillionaire that went from being a burnt out and broke UGC content creator to then building a multi-six-figure a month content agency for myself. And I did this all before I even turned 20. So without further ado, let's get into it. Step 1 is super important, and it's something that a lot of creators dislike. It is picking a niche. Now, the beautiful thing about this type of content creation is that you don't have to post any of this to your page. So if you decide to switch niches later on, that's fine. But what I want you to do for the sake of this activity, and also for the sake of just getting started on something, is pick a niche where you're excited about creating content. The reason that so many UGC content creators get burnt out is because they're creating content for things that they just candidly don't even enjoy. And that's exactly what happened to me. In fact, one of my UGC deals actually sent me to the ER one time because I was literally allergic to doing that UGC video. So what I would love for you guys to do, and I'm sure that you would probably love the same thing, is to actually be passionate about the content that you're creating. So pick a niche that you enjoy talking about. Pick something also that you maybe have an unfair competitive advantage in. So for example, a lot of girls that I work with, they are so smart and so incredible at what they do in their day job. And so some of them are nurses, some of them are teachers, some of them are physical therapists, some of them are lawyers. And so tap into where you have an unfair competitive advantage and lean into that niche. A really great example is a girl that is inside of my academy. She is a nurse practitioner, and she actually started working with different businesses that she used as a nurse and started becoming the face of their brand, which I think is really cool because you're using things that you're really, really good at already. What I've always gone after is the blue collar businesses. And I know that might sound super boring to a lot of people, but I actually really love blue collar businesses because I grew up in that. That's where my family worked. And it honestly just makes me feel like I'm working with family in the best way possible. And I love helping those businesses. I'm genuinely passionate about helping those companies, which also leads to me never being burnt out by working with those companies as well. So pick a niche where you have an unfair competitive advantage and that you actually give a heck about, okay? Step 2 is going to be very simple. It is search those brands. So there's 2 search engines that I'd recommend. One being Google, and 2 being LinkedIn. So some companies might not actually be that present on LinkedIn. Really great example is actually my niche, which is those plumbers and those roofers. Some of them are not on LinkedIn, but some of them also are. For most niches, you can find them on LinkedIn. What I would do is I'd go into your LinkedIn. Even if you're not an active LinkedIn user, it is okay. I am not active on LinkedIn, and I'm still able to get leads from LinkedIn as a content creator. So what you can do is you can go onto LinkedIn, you type in, my example would be custom home builders in Nashville, Tennessee, because that's where I live, is Nashville. So I could type that in and I could go and find all the custom home builders that are in Nashville, Tennessee. And then I'd find the business owner on LinkedIn and I would send them a little message that goes something like this. Let's say their name is Bob and they own Bob's Building Incorporated. So I would say, hey Bob, I love what you're doing at Bob's Building Incorporated. I saw that you guys aren't doing too much on social media. Are you completely against turning that channel into a way to get more clientele? That's just kind of a rough example of what I would send to them via LinkedIn. So that's step 2. Step 3 is now you're going to wait for Bob. Okay, you're going to wait for Bob to send a response. But while you're waiting for him, now that you know how to find those companies, you know what to say, start sending that message out to more businesses. From there, Bob's going to respond to you, right? And the goal of me sending a message like that is to get a brand onto a call with me. Gone are the days for me of sending a media kit. I am not sending just some rough price. I'm not just going to send a menu list of the things that I can do for the companies. There's truly nothing wrong with that, but it's also why I sign high-end deals. It's why I sign high-ticket deals as a creator. And the reason for that is because I genuinely care. So instead of just being like, here's my numbers, here's my packages, take it or leave it, what I like to do instead is get onto a call with the company and actually understand what they do, how long they've been in business for. A lot of the companies I work with are family-owned businesses as well. I like to get an understanding of where they're at right now and where they want to be. What are their goals? How can I actually help them? And sometimes you'll come to the conclusion that you really can't help them. And if that is the case, that's fine. For me, I just refer them to somebody that can help them. But I would say 95% of the time, like I can actually help, right? So I don't know what their problems are until I actually get onto a call with them, which that only comes from getting onto a call. You have to stop being scared of getting onto a call with a brand. And then I pitch my prices of $5,000 per month for my content creation services. So that is how you find a niche. That is how you reach out to a company. That's how you find the companies. And that's the end goal, is get them onto a sales call and then close them at $5,000 per month as a content creator. That is why I am not signing $100 one-off deals. I am not leaving things up to chance anymore, guys. Like, I am not waiting for an opportunity to hit me upside the head. I am waiting on nothing. I am taking opportunity into my own hands, which is what I do when I reach out to these companies, which is what I would recommend that you do as well. So that is exactly how I find companies to be able to work with at that $5,000 plus per month rate. This was kind of like an office hours with Natalie type situation going on. This is a very new style of content creation for me, and I would genuinely want to know if this is helpful to any women out there that are wanting to become full-time content creators, who are wanting to make more from their content. I would love to know if this was actually helpful, because if it is, then I would love to make a series about it. My goal is to be able to help as many female content creators as I possibly can, because this industry is so beautiful and there's definitely room for all of us to be able to succeed. So if this is something that you're interested in, please let me know below. I would love to hear from you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.